Dr. Ben Carson has come out now and he has voiced his support for Donald Trump's appeal to African American voters. Trump was at a black church this past Saturday, yesterday in Detroit, trying to make his pitch, to African Americans, trying to earn their vote, trying to steer them away from the Democratic Party, letting them know, hey, these policies by them have done nothing for you in the past. So why not jump aboard, the Trump bandwagon here, the Trump train? What do you got to lose, right? Well, so here's what Dr. Ben Carson had to say this morning. Came out in support, defending Trump against the accusations that the Republican presidential nominee is pandering to minorities and arguing Democrats have the explaining to do. I've had many discussions with him about it. He becomes very animated during those discussions. This is a subject which he cares deeply, Carson, a former 2016 Republican presidential candidate, told Fox News Sunday. And what is going to be accomplished is something that many in the Democratic Party fear, and that is an alternative. The retired neurosurgeon made the comments a day after Trump attended services at the Great Faith Ministries International Church in Detroit, where he vowed to listen to the concerns of black voters and to help them and other minorities in U.S. cities plagued by crime, high unemployment, and underachieving schools. The Republican Party has not made an extensive outreach to certain communities, including the African American community, because they've pretty much written that off as Democratic territory. Donald Trump is changing that narrative, said Carson, a Detroit native who accompanied Trump on his visit. Hillary Clinton, on the other hand, the Democratic presidential nominee, and other members of her party have repeatedly tried to discredit Trump's outreach efforts, arguing that he has a long history of bigotry and criticizing his pitch to minorities of what the hell do you have to lose, which is what Trump has been coming out and saying. It's been his line. I kind of agree, though. What do you have to lose, right? Well, the backlash follows weeks of Trump aggressively courting the black vote, according to Clinton and other Democrats running major U.S. cities of implementing policies that have failed to help minority residents for decades now. Most polls show that Trump is likely to get about 1% of the black vote in November. Later on Fox News Sunday, New York Democrat Representative Gregory Meeks said Trump was trying to con minority voters, including fellow blacks. Well, of course, Trump's always going to get that. Trump's always going to get that backlash from the left. We know that. Okay, it's not real, he said. This was his first time visiting a black church. What you see here is a bait and switch. Meeks stopped short of calling Trump a bigot, but said he has said racist things and has exhibited racist tendencies. Carson on Sunday also defended criticism that Trump has called for school choice, though he's presented no formal plan. Yes, you get to choose the school of your choice, said Carson, arguing that Trump supports a voucher system that will allow families to send their children to better schools if the ones in their neighborhood are underperforming. It's really the Democratic Party that has explaining to do, Carson said. They've been in charge of our cities for far too long. Detroit was once the most prosperous city in the United States, some people say in the world. From there, it went to be the largest bankruptcy. It went on to be the largest bankruptcy. That was not of a coincidence. And we see that in our large cities across the nation, under this Democratic control. So, it went from being the most prosperous to bankruptcy. That's coming from Dr. Ben Carson. I mean, you guys I'm sure, going to have your opinion on it. And I don't know where everybody stands on this, but you know what? I believe now is the time to make a change. Come this November, in the election, why not go for Trump? Why not? Like you said, what do you have to lose? Dr. Ben Carson is supporting him here. Obviously, he's an African American man. He's doing a lot with his campaign, helping him out right now. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens as we get closer to the election now. It's coming up soon, so we're going to see. Ultimately, though, and we know, and if you're a Bible-believing Christian, you know that we really can't put our faith in either a Democratic nominee or a Republican nominee. We know we can only put our true trust in Jesus Christ because he's ultimately the only one who's going to fix this mess. And whoever becomes president, they're going to be praying every morning that God's grace and favor is upon them and that God helps them to lead this nation to where it needs to be. Because if a nation has turned itself away from God, like I believe America has right now, you're in for some trouble. So let's hope that come this November, people make the right decision, okay? And we get Donald Trump in office. Because if we don't, I shudder to think what's going to happen with America going forward. But anyway, guys, I'll be back with more current world events, how it all relates to Bible prophecy. It's a pivotal election. It's a very pivotal election. Coming up, probably one of the most important ones in the history. So get out there and vote, all right? If you guys are new to the channel, check me out, CardsFan480. You can subscribe to me on YouTube. If you're watching this on Periscope and you want to be a follower, go ahead and follow me on here. I'll continue bringing you guys all the news. We are in the last days, guys. Jesus is coming soon. He is coming soon.